A sad chapter in our history, he stated, "The burden of this experience has been on your shoulders for too long. The burden is properly ours as a government and as a country. There is no place in Canada for the attitudes that inspired the Indian residential school systems to ever again prevail. You have been working on recovering from this experience for a long time, and in a very real sense, we are now joining you on this journey," end quote. Unfortunately, the burden of this experience has not yet been shared. Whereas, while under a court order, the Government of Canada has failed to produce millions of documents regarding the Indian residential school system for the Truth and Reconciliation Commission of Canada, and the TRC therefore has been unable to uncover details surrounding the treatment of students, movement, and disappearance of children and corroborate testimonies in court and recordings. Whereas historian Ian Mosby in July 2013 published research that First Nations communities, and specifically thousands in residential schools, were unknowing subjects in biomedical experiments in malnourishment between 1942 and 1952, this is precisely the kind of history the TRC has been tasked to uncover. Due to the failure of the federal government, however, the question of how many more events like this took place remain. We, the undersigned, believe that it is time to fully live up to the promises in the federal government's apology for Indian residential schools. We believe it is time to accept the responsibility for our shared history and work to uncover the complete history of Canada's residential schools. We believe it is time for us all to face what happened during one of the most violent policies in this country's history. We believe it is time to take a journey of honesty together. We demand that the federal government, without any further delay or conditions, release all documents pertaining to Indian residential schools to the Truth and Reconciliation Commission of Canada immediately. We also demand that the federal government commission a national inquiry into the biomedical experiments performed by government officials on First Nations communities in order to fully inform the public on the extent of this project and investigate the legacies of its impact. On Thursday, July 25th, we joined together with Canadians, newcomers, and Indigenous peoples from all walks of life in reflecting upon and taking action to respect Canada's apology for the Indian residential school system. We ask that the federal government of this country take these first steps towards reconciliation and join us. And the first person to sign it was Bonnie Stonick of Traverse Bay. So the petition is up there. We invite you guys all to sign it before you leave today. Give us a wave where the petition is at. Okay. And nobody signed it Carlos Danger, okay? Real names. And Buddy Knife, yeah, touche. Inside joke. At this time, we're going to invite our guests from the Mennonite Central Committee to join us and say a few words. So Ron and Norm, if you could join us now.